Powkiddy's recent vertical handheld lineup has been a bit different, we'll say that. We got the square-screened 20SX with the cool sticker, the cyberpunk-inspired 20 Pro. They've been anything from ordinary, but the V20, well, this one's a little ordinary, and it just keeps it simple. No weird aspect ratio, no high-end display, just a straightforward vertical handheld. And it's at a lower price than the other two. But is it actually worth picking up? Let's find out. So at first, I wasn't sure about this one. Powkiddy released another handheld, and I was kind of like, why another vertical? You know, they've had a recent track of just bringing out different verticals lately. And we have the 20SX, and that has a 1:1 aspect ratio, and it's great for Game Boy, Pico 8, and vertical arcade games. I've talked a lot about it. I've played a lot of Pico 8 on here, and it's a lot of fun to jam on. And let's not forget the sweet sticker, the awesome creature sticker. Come on, you love it. And then Powkiddy released another vertical handheld, and this one is the 20 Pro. And this I nicknamed as the Cyberpunk Game Boy because, come on, that's kind of what it is. It's pretty cool. Aside from the sleek circuit board inspired style of the device, the big feature is the screen, which is a lovely 1024 by 768 resolution. Both of these devices also have a higher price tag, starting right around $90 on the Lit NXT website. So where does the V20 come in? Well, it took me a second, but this is just your run-of-the-mill vertical handheld. No super high-res screen, no bizarre aspect ratio, just a vertical handheld, just something to jam on. And it's cool, but I feel like, is it a little too late? Why did they come out with the other devices and not come out with this one first? All right, so let's hop over to the Lit NXT site. This device was sent to me for review by Lit NXT, but as always, all opinions are my own. No money was exchanged in any way, and they did not see this video beforehand. The V20 comes in 3 colors. There is the muted yellow that I have here. There is also the white, and there is a transparent black. And yes, all of them come with those 2 stickers. We'll get to those. The price starts at $65.99 USD, and that is a good $25 lower than the other models that I just mentioned. Also, it's worth mentioning that Lit NXT has free global shipping, and you can get an additional 10% off with my code RFT10. So the specs are on the screen. These are from the Lit NXT website. The big callouts are the screen is a 3.5-inch IPS with a 640 by 480 resolution. The CPU is the all-winner 133p, and there is also only 1 gig of DDR3 RAM. So we shall see if that lower spec RAM changes some of the gameplay. Also, a big call out, no Wi-Fi is on this device. And there is a beefy 500 milliamp hour battery. So, overview of the device. The buttons are mushy. They're not bad to jam on. They feel pretty good. The sticks are your normal Nintendo style, Switch style joysticks that they're nothing to scream over. They do their job. The D-pad is also mushy. It does go flush with the device if you press hard enough. You don't actually have to press that hard. Everything, the buttons and the D-pad are both rubber membrane connections, and that's nice. I like that. No clickiness. They are a little bit louder, and here's a shake test. A little bit of shake. Also, we have these loud shoulder buttons. Now, I don't feel like they're as loud as... So these are thunky. This is the 20 Pro, and this is the 20SX. Lots of 20s. They're kind of about the same as the SX. Yeah, they're a little bit louder. They're more of a high-pitched loud, where this is more of a thunky loud. Pay no attention to the kitty in the corner. I'm kidding. He's very distracting. Anyways. So my final thoughts are, it's not a bad little handheld, but it's not super great either. It's not perfect by any means because it is a budget handheld. Let's remember that. But there's just a few things that really I have to mention, reiterate here. The speaker isn't great. It works, but it isn't great. And a lot of times it was cutting out on some of the gameplay, some of the music. It didn't matter what system I was playing. It just, sometimes the music would slip for whatever reason. That was weird. There's a little bit of crackling also that I noticed here and there. I eventually got over it. The sound just, it's not great. I feel like there's a mono speaker in there. There isn't a dual speaker. There's only one hole right in the middle. So why would they put two speakers right there? And it would sound a lot better if there were two speakers. The big thing, though, is the lack of better and more RAM. There's only 1 gig of DDR3 RAM, and I feel like that is really holding the device back. You saw in the game footage, N64 is glitchy, PS1 is totally unplayable, absolutely unplayable. I tried probably 10 games. I only showed a few on camera, but I tried quite a few games and I never got any to boot up. It would stutter right at the PlayStation logo and it would just stop. And that's not playable, literally at all. There's no reason for that, which is weird. Why PlayStation of all things? I feel like that's not really the RAM. I feel like there's something else that maybe going into the settings, and I didn't go into the settings and try to change the core. I just wanted to play this, even though this is a review and it's not a first impressions. I did just want to mostly play it right out of the box, how you, the user, were going to play this. So that was my impressions there. What makes me think that it is an emulator issue versus a device issue, so to speak, is that N64 actually runs. It's glitchy in a way where there's artifacts on the screen and some of it is blurred out differently. The colors aren't true, but the gameplay is there. You can play. I was playing Super Smash Brothers at almost the correct speed, and it was working pretty good, where it would be, I would say, decently playable, way better than a lot of other devices. PSP also, the games on the device that are loaded onto the device, they seem to work okay. There's got to be a frame skip because I showed God of War, Chains of Olympus. There is no way that this device really should be playing God of War, Chains of Olympus with 1 gig of RAM, DDR3. It should be playing, but I bet you there's got to be some frame skipping. I didn't go into PSP, PSS, PP, but there's got to be frame skipping in there, which that's fine. With all of that, I'm curious if we're going to be seeing any sort of custom firmware for this device. That could potentially help the device maybe work a little bit better, maybe? I don't know. But I don't think so. I don't know. I wish it was bigger. Along with it, I wish that there was better RAM. I wish that it was also bigger. I wish the screen was a little bit bigger. Maybe it should have been a 4-inch screen. Could have been a contender with the Anbernic 40XXV, which is a great device. It's a great vertical handheld. Definitely puts the other two Powkiddys, gives it a run for their money as well. So in the end, I don't think I can completely recommend this unless you have a burning desire for this device. If you were watching this and you've seen my review, maybe other people's reviews, and you really like this, maybe you'd like this muted yellow color for some reason, this might be perfect for you. I don't know. But I just feel like there are a lot of shortcomings on this device for it being the price that it is. And there's so many other things in this price range, or even just maybe a little bit better, that are vertical form factor, and they're going to do practically the same thing. And you're going to get just as good of experience out of it. You'll get better experience out of it. I feel like maybe your money could be spent somewhere else, but those are my thoughts, not yours. Leave anything down in the comments below, and let me know what your thoughts are on this device. Maybe you like it for some reason. As always, thanks for watching. Stay awesome, everyone, and go play some games. All right, here's an outtake for you. I'm getting ready to film, and I just want to show you, that's my cat. That's Cosmo. That's the new little guy, if you followed the channel, that I rescued a couple months ago. And there is some sort of like ladybug or thing in the light, and he is going absolutely nuts. We might have a crash while apparently he wants to play Galaga too. We might have a crash while I am filming, so this will be fun. Hopefully not. Steve, can you make sure Cosmo doesn't break things, please?
Hey, Cat, this blaster is loaded. Please don't knock me off.
Don't hurt Steve.